What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about Fast X, Fast 10. I don't, and I've said this before, and I want to come out, very transparent early on. I know when it comes to Fast and Furious, there's a lot of different opinions. There's obviously my opinion, in which I love the franchise to death, and I know some of you guys share that. And then there's other people that despise the franchise, think it's gone on for too long, think this or that. You are more than welcome to your own opinion, but I just kind of wanted to get out ahead of it and say, I get it. So when I'm talking about the topic of I'm very, very worried about this, upcoming movie, you could very easily counter with, well, Alex, it hasn't been good since blank, or Alex, they've never been good, or Alex, it should have ended 10 years ago. You can, and that's fine. You can let me know that in the comments. But from a diehard, from somebody who has watched all these films, from someone who has found a lot of joy in even the most recent ones, and actually think like 8 is very underappreciated. I think 8 is a phenomenal movie. 9 was probably the weakest of the last several. I would put 5, 6, 7, and 8 all above 9, I think, pretty easily, but I still liked 9 a fair amount. But with all that being said, obviously 10 is in quite a predicament. Now, we're in end of April. I could have sworn somebody, Vin or, somebody had said like the production, or it was supposed to start in January. I guess that probably meant pre-production or production, something like where they're not filming, because I believe only 1 week in, and then you have Justin Lin, the director, leaving. So here's what's happened recently, okay? Or I guess let's set the stage. This is the end. Like, they're filming Fast 10 or Fast X, and it's part 1 and 2. And those are the last two. So they're doing like a Avengers Endgame, or you want to go to Twilight. You can pick your poison. But they're doing like a part 1, part 2. Okay, and that's what they're doing for it. So they're filming it all in one go. They're gonna be filming, I think, for like 6-7 months, and then they're done. And then the movie would come out, I believe, next year, and then the year after, and then that's it. So that's setting the stage. So this is very important in terms of the director leaving and you having to find a replacement, because it's not just doing one movie, it's doing 2, and it's doing the end of this franchise. Yes, there'll be spin-offs, but this is it. So all within a very quick, area of time. Well, you go to the Rock situation, right? I guess that was technically first, and that's an important one, right? Because you have that battle between Vin and Dwayne Johnson, and it hasn't gone over so well. I want Hobbs being the character. I want him in the movie more than anything. I would have liked him to be a main element. At this point, I will take like a family barbecue scene at the end of 11 or part 2, like the second movie. I'll take that. I honestly doubt you're going to get him back for anything, and that super sucks because turned his back on family. I get it. I get the situations that have happened, but I'm just, throwing the joke out there. That sucks. So you've had that. I mean, that's been like years long of stuff, but it's persisted and it's kept up into the current time, because you had the Instagram post of Vin, telling Dwayne, that he wants him in, all of that stuff. All right, so you had that. Then I believe in order, you had Brie Larson. So Brie Larson joins. Now, you're going to have fans, you're going to have haters. I am not a fan of Brie Larson. I don't think she helps projects. I think she hurts projects. So I'm not a fan of her being in this movie. I'm not going to super judge the character or her performance until I see it, but just off the jump, just to not, it is biased. It's definitely biased, but it is my opinion. So just to kind of, again, get out ahead of that, it is my opinion that was not a good move, but that was a move that happened. Then you had something pretty interesting, and I actually read this Instagram post, and I wasn't reading it like I was super into it, so I kind of missed the point, and then I reread it, or I saw like articles on it, and it pretty much, Jordana Brewster, right? I know that's how you say her first name. I don't know about the last name. Who's Mia, right? In the movies, she wasn't in the script for at least, I believe, 10 part 1, maybe part 2. She wasn't in it. Now, she was brought back. She wasn't in 8. She was in 7, 9, and 8, and then she was brought back for 9. And Vin Diesel had to fight for her, and they had to add her into the script of the current movie that they are filming. Now, she had talked very openly about being back, about being in 10 part 1 and part 2. So you have to read a little bit in between the lines and, again, look at it, I guess, from the outside, but then see it how they're seeing it. This is a woman who was part of the franchise from the very beginning, very important character, very important actress, and everybody expected her to be in it. And then when the script was given out, she wasn't in the script. And Vin Diesel had to get mad and get upset and petition for her to be back, and then they added her back in. So that's a very alarming thing just off the jump. Like, without Brie Larson, without the Rock drama, that is an alarming thing right off the jump. Then, and this, I mean, Brie Larson, then that happened like a week or two ago. The Mia situation, the character being, you know, excluded, and then you had Justin Lin leaving. Now, I mean, Justin Lin is great. He arguably knows Fast and Furious more than anybody else. I mean, I think his Fast and Furious movies are the best ones. You know, there's been other people. James Wan did 7. I like James Wan a lot, and 7 was pretty solid. But, like, you know, if I had to pick somebody to end the franchise, it would be Justin Lin. And you could see in that Instagram video that Vin Diesel posted, it was being spread out online. It like the first week being done, and he's talking to Justin Lin, and Justin Lin looks very uncomfortable because Vin is talking about how, you know, excited he is, and it makes sense because Justin Lin's probably thinking, yeah, I'm out of here. This was actually like my last day. How am I going to break the news to him? Like that, just the vibe kind of that he gave. And I mean, outside of all of that stuff, the idea of a director leaving your movie mid-go is not even mid, the first week, is never a good thing, okay? Just off the jump. That happening is never a good thing. Then you have a director who knows Fast and Furious better than anybody. A director that directed, what, like 5, 6, 7 movies, okay? And was going to finish the franchise, the mainline franchise for them, okay? So not just any director, the director. Like, that on its own is very, very bad. Then I guess part 3 is you're not just doing one movie, you're doing 2 movies back to back, and you still have like 6 months to go of filming and now, like, the script is unaffected, but again, like, the script had its own issues. The people writing the script or the person writing the script excluded a character that everybody assumed would just be in the movie, and for some reason that didn't make it to the writer's room. So so the script side of things is maybe a dilemma, and then the directing side of things is a pure disaster. Now, when I'm recording this, it's the Thursday, so the news story right now is they're losing about like $1 million every day because the cast and crew are there. Everything's set up. They're literally not working, so every day is $1 million until they find a new director. So I guess so now, the last part of why I'm worried is they have to rush, and there's no way around. They can't. Yes, they will do a press release, and they'll say, like, we found a person who, you know, is so passionate about the franchise, and we feel very confident, and we feel very strongly that they're going to be able to wrap the thing. Like, you know, you're going to have that, you know, puff piece that, you know, they're going to say. But here's the reality. They didn't know Justin Lin was leaving. Justin Lin leaves. Everybody is just in turmoil, and they need to find somebody within, like, a week or two, okay? So whether it's a qualified person or not, and I'm sure they will be qualified, but, like, it wasn't the plan. It wasn't the plan to have that person. It wasn't the plan to find that person in a week and a half. It wasn't that plan for that person to step in a week into filming to finish filming not just one movie, but 2 movies in a franchise. Like, it's just so bad. That's a really bad sign, in my opinion. So, am I turning my back on this franchise? No, you don't turn your back on family. That's unexcusable. So I will not do that. I will still support these films. You can make as many mistakes as you want. I will still support these films. But no, all jokes aside, like, it's terrifying. Like, it just sucks because not that fans or not that people in general always get everything they could have ever hoped and dreamed for, right? But, like, in a perfect world, you would hope. And this is the sad thing with, you know, like Paul Walker and even like the Rock situation, the feud. In a perfect world where there were no issues, where would Fast and Furious have gone? Well, it would have been different because you would have had Brian, right, the character of Paul Walker. You would have had him. If there was no disputes, you never know what 9 would have been with The Rock being in it, so Hobbs being in it. You know what I mean? You never would know. You never would know what 10, Part 1 and Part 2 would be with these characters. You never would know what Justin Lin, that kind of talent that he brings, what that would form in Parts 1 and Part 2. Does that make sense? So, and I get it. That's like, now some of those things should actually, like, there's no reason for Justin Lin to have left. Obviously, we don't know the situation, but, you know, like, that's a spontaneous thing. Some of these other things, like the Paul Walker stuff, like, what are you going to do, right? So I guess my point is, you know, we can never get everything perfect. Like, okay, this is exactly what they wanted from the beginning. There's no studio interference. Nobody quits. Nobody gets upset. They have everybody in place, you know, like all that stuff. I know, like, there's probably no franchise on planet Earth that's ever ticked off every single box. Everything was perfect for them. I get that. It just sucks because I am passionate about this franchise. I do want the best for it. I do want what they want the conclusion of it to be. I want to see it. I want to see that through. And what sucks already was that they wanted The Rock. They wanted Hobbs. It's just the feud between, Vin Diesel and The Rock. They're not. So, like, they wanted that. And you're never going to see it. Obviously, Paul Walker, that's a whole big separate issue. But they wanted Justin Lin. And now that's not going to happen. Now they want Brie Larson. They added her very late, considering they were just about to start filming. So, like, she is a huge piece of the movie. So I don't know. I don't know what the plan is. It doesn't seem like things are being executed well. And, when you're on the last two films and you're filming them both back to back, so really let's just say the last film or the last time you're doing this and you have all these issues, it's a dilemma. Again, I get not everybody cares. I get that some people want this franchise to literally burn to the ground, and this may be good news for them. I understand. I get it. I would say the same thing for other franchises. For me, though, this is where I stand. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on so you know when all these videos go up. If you want to follow me anywhere else, all of my social media is in the description below. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you guys on the next video.